So for those of you that don't know what this particular engine is, this is a twin turbo inline six Hurricane engine. And you can mostly find these things in the Jeep Wagoneer. The base model of these things make 420 horsepower and 468 foot-pounds of torque. And they call that engine the Cat 1. The highest trim, which is the Grand Wagoneer, makes 550 horsepower and 531 foot-pounds of torque. That version in the Grand Wagoneer is called the Cat 3. Now, I'm not sure about how much horsepower this third example is supposed to make, but they call it the Cat X, and it's supposed to be in development right now. This may be the high horsepower version of both of these iterations. It's supposed to have about 1,000 plus horsepower. Some people say it's going to be about 1,100. Some people say it's going to be 1,500 horsepower. That means this thing is going to have 500 horsepower per liter. And this is all speculation. I mean, let's think about this for a second. Dodge has single-handedly created an inline six twin turbo engine that makes more power in its base form, which is the Cat 1, than the 2JZ GTE. This thing makes the Cat 1 makes 420 horsepower. It literally makes a whole 100 horsepower than the 2JZ GTE in the Mark IV Super. Cat 3 makes about 230 more horsepower than the 2JZ. And then not only that, but the Cat 3, which makes 550 and like 531 foot-pounds of torque, literally makes more power than a 6.4 liter Hemi. I know a lot of you are probably saying, "Oh, it don't sound good though. It don't have that rumble." Listen, it ain't about that. Listen, we can take what we can get at this point. Think about this, right? Because a lot of you are probably like, "Oh man, what about the Hellcat?" You know, see, because and I thought about that. They may be putting this thing in the Ram TRX. You know, they may put this thing in a Dodge Charger or a Challenger or another variant of these vehicles, or however the case may be, because the Hellcat name may be laid dormant, but that's kind of impossible to decide, because like they said the Hemi, this year was the last of the Hemi, but they got 2024 Trackhawks and Dodge Durangos out and things of that nature. So not really sure what Dodge is trying to do. But if they ever decide to end the Hemi and put these Hurricane engines inside of there, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, considering the fact that they have 1,000 plus horsepower variant in like development right now. And who knows, you know, then you start thinking, oh, you know what, maybe that ain't going to be so bad, you know, 1,000 horsepower inline six. For all we know, this thing could be a tuner's dream. Hell, they may even leave the ECU unlocked. It's about this thing may be nastier than a stepmom during a honeymoon. But for right now, let's enjoy the Hemis we do have. I do want to see somebody Hemi swap one of these Wagoneers. The interior looks beautiful. You know what, let me show you, man. It's about you pull up on your wife at one of these, you know, open the car door for her, let her get in. She feeling the seats. Ooh, this is nice. Ooh, what is this material? Oh, this husband material. I mean, can you even picture 1,000 horsepower inline six Dodge Challenger? Wow. And then this is just the tip of the iceberg. We ain't even talking about the single turbo conversions and shit like that. The big 76, 78 millimeter turbos and shit. But of course, people are going to be afraid of change. I mean, naturally, people want their big hulking V8s and things of that nature. But hey, who's to say? Like, can we really complain if it does better than the original? I mean, can you really say it's un-American of Dodge to go with an inline six? I mean, they're only doing what's best for their company as well as our well-being. I mean, they gave us the Hemi for all of these damn years, and the Hellcat has literally been the king of muscle. You know, when we ain't talking about track times and drag times and things of that nature, we're talking about the fact that they were ballsy enough to give a production vehicle that was cheap enough for the public to have 707 horsepower, then 717, then 808 and 840 horsepower, then 1,020 some horsepower. Come on now. This is just another mission for them to embark on. They really doing a side mission right now with this Hurricane engine.